I did not personally. I believe the city did. I'm not positive.
City, you say, tell me what the basis for your belief is.
It was something about Mr. Colson not being allowed in Central Square, and I believe that one day when I walked through Central Square, he followed me, and I let the police department know, and I believe that a temporary restraining order came out from that while that case was ongoing.
What you said, you believe there was a temporary restraining order?
Yes, I'm not sure. You'd have to ask the city.
Now, you reported Mr. Colson to the police department, is that correct?
I did.
For doing what?
For following me through Central Square.
And what was the significance of Central Square?
I had heard that he had a restraining order, or I forget what the exact term is. I believe it's a restraining order from Central Square.
And who was it who told you that it was restraining order from Central Square?
I don't remember the law enforcement officer's name, sir.
Sir, may I approach the witness now?
Oh, absolutely.
Sir, I'm going to show you photograph number 8, which was you were previously asked about by Attorney Fowler. And I guess you were asked about this as an example of being closely followed. Now, first of all, the source says Travis Hobbs asked Robin. Is Travis Hobbs pictured in this photograph?
I don't know. I only know the two individuals to the left and right of me.
Okay, well, who is the individual to the right of you?
If I'm looking at it, like, with the hat on, sir, or?
Correct.
That's Mr. Colson.
Okay. Now, who's the individual on the left?
That's Dave Berman.
Okay. Now, is Mr. Berman a member of the Robin Hood group?
I don't believe so.
Well, so his participation has nothing to do with any complaint, or at least he was not protesting against parking enforcement.
No, sir.
Okay. Who's Mr. Berman?
He's a pastor in a local church.
And is it fair to say that he's the pastor in the church you belong to?
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Yes,
please
sorry,
say yes,
sorry,
yes
yes.
for the record. And in fact, Mr. Berman appears from this photograph was walking close behind you with a video camera, is that correct?
Yes.
And this is on the same day as the film that we watched earlier?
I'm not sure if that was the same day. It looks around the same time frame, looking at the trees and the snowbanks.
In fact, Mr. Berman was verbally abusive certainly to the Robin Hooders, to Mr. Colson.
I don't believe he was, no.
He was in Mr. Colson's face.
Doesn't appear to be right there.
Well, you were there that day.
Sir, I was walking away from them. They were behind me.
This is not just one incident. During that day, you saw Mr. Berman, the pastor of your church, confront Mr. Colson, correct?
I heard it from behind me, sir.
What did he have?
I heard him say, "Why are you doing this to people? Why are you acting like an idiot?"
What else did you hear him say?
That's what I remember hearing him say.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you a video and see if that refreshes your recollection. Your Honor, can I have Mr. Cleveland approach so that he can use his video on his laptop?
Absolutely. And Attorney Bauer, if you need to position yourself to see the
Yeah,
video.
my only objection is they're asking to use our projector.
No, I'm not. We're doing directly from the laptop.
Okay.
And that was my assumption as well. I just wanted to make sure that Attorney Bauer, if you need to see the video, just position yourself wherever you need.
We're going to take it up to the witness, sir?
Yes. Mr. Cleveland, you can certainly approach. We're running into the limits of the space in this courtroom.
I understand. I'd like to make sure that both, the witness can see it and also that the court's able to see it.
Yes, I'm happy to stand and just myself.
Did I come up around here?
Just, again, wherever we all need to be, I think it's important that both the witness, plaintiff's counsel, and the court can see it as well. Attorney Meyer, I don't know if you need to, if you can certainly move around.
Could we just have a representation as to who's doing this, just like you asked us?
Absolutely.
You want me to break it down? Okay, so this is March 5th. This is the same day as the earlier video. And Greg Colson is shooting this video with the same camera.
In March 5th of 2013, Mr. Cooper?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Roland, what's up, man?
Not too much,
How's it
doing the
going?
same. Pretty
You
good.
guys feel cool with your cameras?
Do you?
I got a camera too, man.
Here's our card.
Why is it cool if you want?
You like a card?
You guys got jobs? Just curious.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer. You have the right to remain silent. I'm just asking. You guys have jobs?
I do.
Do you? Where do you work?
I'm doing this.
This is your job?
Work.
Yeah? Really? How's that work?
Would you like a
I don't want your card. Just want pictures of you.
Cool.
Right now.
How do you get your name? My name's Garrett Ian. I blog at freekey.com.
That's cool. Well,
What's your name?
as you know, I don't have to give one.
Oh,
Do you believe in the Constitution, don't you?
not really. No, the Constitution has either authorized such a government as we have, or has been powerless to prevent it.
So
In
you're
your case, it is unfit to exist.
So
That's
you're
the
an
same.
anarchist, are you?
Can I just say that?
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
What do you think about government? Do you think it's necessary to force people to do things that they don't necessarily want to do? Do you think people should have the right to opt out of coercive government?
I'm actually very much anti-big government, but I think you guys are a couple of knuckleheads.
Okay. You don't believe that?
Yeah.
I don't think name calling is really necessary, but
Why not? You
it's
don't
okay.
believe free speech?
Oh, I absolutely do. I just don't think name calling is necessary. You
Well,
have,
I don't care if
you
you're
have,
or not. You're an idiot.
okay, cool. You have every right to say that, but it's still completely unnecessary.
You're an idiot.
Oh,
And the way you treat people shows me you're an idiot.
interesting.
You can put this online. I don't care. Anybody would think you're an idiot.
Okay.
The way you treat people.
Well, we'll end up online.
Following it. Well, that's fine. Following people around like you did.
Well, you're actually following me around.
Yeah, I'm following you
right
around right now. Let you know how it feels. You like it?
now. I don't really mind.
You don't care?
I don't know. Good footage.
Good for because you're a knucklehead. And you like to hassle people. Well, you don't like when people hassle you, do you?
I don't really mind it.
You don't mind it?
This?
Here, I got you on tape.
Cool.
Following people around and hassling them, that's what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you on, government assistance?
Nope.
Are you on unemployment?
Yep.
No? How do you make a living?
I get by.
You get by when you rip wiping people off?
No.
No? You beg for something? What do you do? Huh? How do you make it?
I don't think it's any of your business,
Well, why
honestly.
not? You got time to run around and chase everybody all day.
Cool.
Huh?
That's really interesting.
Don't you? That's interesting. I'll tell you what's interesting. You're a jerk.
Cool.
Got it? Here.
All right.
That's not how you treat people, my friend.
Well,
It's a little your own medicine. Little your own medicine.
Well, that's interesting, but it really doesn't bother me. I do think name calling's pretty childish, though.
Well, I don't care what you think.
You have every right to
I
say
have no
it.
respect for you.
Cool. Well, I don't have much respect for people who resort to name calling, but
I don't
each
respect
their own, man.
I don't respect people who hassle people who are doing their job either.
Well, I'm doing my job right now, and you're
You're not
hassling
doing
me,
your job.
but
You're not doing your
I don't
job.
really mind it. It's okay. So, what's your name?
None of your business what my name is.
Oh, okay. Well, you have the right to not tell me your name.
Yeah, I have every right not to tell you.
Absolutely, I agree. So, can I ask what you're doing with this video?
None of your business. I'm on a public street. Isn't that what you always say? Right?
Doesn't bother me any.
Then why do you keep asking if it doesn't bother you?
I'm just curious.
There you go. There's another one. Look at it over here. Another one right there.
That's my camera. This is the Canon Vixia HF R21.
It's a camera. That's the image told me. Hassle you.
It's a high definition. I really enjoy it. It has two SD slots, which means that you can have 32 gigs SD. That's a funny question. Is that the first question you usually pose to people?
That's the first question I pose to business.
Do you have a job?
Basically giving them a hard time. Yes, sir.
Okay, Jim, I think
All
that's.
set?
So that was, again, Mr. Berman, is that correct?
Yes,
And it's Pastor Richard.
yes,
And the person we were speaking to on panel was Mr. Colson.
I believe so.
And how far away was Mr. Berman from Mr. Colson when he was taking that videotape, if you know?
The only, as you can see in that video, the only time I saw them was when they were in front of me, when we were stopped at the stoplight.
So you didn't see Mr. Berman?
I was walking away from them. He was talking to them and I was trying to get out of there.
Did you ask Mr. Berman to desist?
Did I ask him? No.
Did you at any point complain about his conduct to the police department?
No?
Did you think his conduct was appropriate?
Yes.
You thought what he did on that day was appropriate?
Yes, because he stood up for somebody when nobody else would up until that point.
So, when you're engaging in that conduct, when you're shoving a camera in somebody's face, when you're insulting them, when you're attempting to provoke them to fight, that is appropriate conduct. When it was, no, let me finish the question. When it's intended to stand up for somebody, but it's not appropriate conduct when you don't agree with the cause the person's advocating. Is that correct?
Objection, form, content, as well as relevance. This gentleman wasn't doing any of those things.
It was compound questions, the objection form is sustained.
Thank you, Your Honor. If the defendants had engaged in the same conduct that Mr. Berman engaged in on that day, would that have been appropriate conduct, in your opinion?
If that was one incident like that was, and then it didn't happen again, I've dealt with incidents like that before.
I didn't
from
ask
other
you if you dealt
individuals.
with it.
Excuse me, he's answering the question. Give him space to answer the question, please. Objection.
Why don't we have him finish his answer, and then if you want to ask a follow-up question, sir, you can finish your response.
Like I said, I've dealt with incidents like that before where it was a one-time thing and people walk away and they leave like Mr. Berman did. And so yes, I felt that was appropriate. He stood up for somebody when he thought that they were being wronged and he walked away.
In your opinion, was Mr. Berman trying to provoke a fight?
No, it was, he was not trying to provoke a
Not
fight.
trying to provoke a
No,
Was he being verbally abusive?
I don't believe he was.
Was he engaging in taunting behavior?
I don't believe he was.
Was he too close to Mr. Colson?
According to that video, sometimes, yes, he was.
Was his use of the video camera intimidating?
I don't believe he was.
Thank you, I've got no further questions.
Further questions?
Mr. Gibb. Mr. Berman, did you ask him to do any of those things?
I did not.
And when you say that he stuck up for somebody, what did you mean by that?
He gave an example of what it felt like to be in that situation all the time. That was like, what, a 2-minute example, a 2-minute experience? That's what we experienced every day, almost sometimes for almost our whole shift. Not just one incident, not just somebody being upset about a parking ticket and walking away and that was it. This was a constant day-to-day basis. And it wasn't name calling such as idiot or knucklehead. It was name calling that attacked you personally, that attacked your family. This was just a small example of what it felt like to be in those shoes every day.
So from your perspective, what was Mr. Berman doing?
Like I said, he was giving an example of what it felt like to be on the other end of that camera every day, day in and day out.
And how about if Mr. Berman did to you every day what we saw on that videotape with regard to Mr. Colson and Mr. Eden, would you consider that taunting and harassment, frustrating?
Yeah, absolutely. Every day, absolutely. If it wasn't an example, if it wasn't trying to prove a point, trying to get people to realize what was going on, what they were doing to people day in and day out, absolutely.
And this was in